Hey golf fans, my name's Dan and welcome to my channel, Chipping Away. As every golfer knows, this game is hard, really hard, but I'm setting myself a challenge to get my current GA handicap of 7.7 down to 0 by the end of 2023. The date at the time of filming this is the 17th of April 2023, so that leaves me roughly 8.5 months to do it. Can it be done? I think it can, but can I do it? Let's find out. Succeeding this challenge is going to take a solid game plan, hard work, and some sacrifices. I've got a full-time job, 9 to 5, a wife, 14-year-old son, who, to be honest, hopefully he helps me with the technical side of this because I probably need it. To make things harder, we're heading into winter down here in Australia, so I've got less daylight hours to get practice in. So I'm starting to doubt myself already. You're probably asking, how am I going to get this done? What's the game plan? Firstly, coaching. I've got a great coach at my home course where I'm a member. He's worked with some fantastic players over the years and he breaks things down really simply and easily. He's also not backwards at coming forward, so he's not going to sugarcoat anything if the truth needs to be said. I've known him since I was a kid, and he really does a fantastic job working on my swing. After each coaching session, he sends through a video analysis of what we've worked on during the lesson, and I'll cover those off in a bit more detail in future videos.
You've got, looks like a lot of pressure there, and a good angle here. What we need is we want your left leg in the same angle as your right leg, which would mean that these hips here would be set differently.
Second is practice. Not just going to the range and hitting 100 balls or going and chipping 100 balls with no real structure in place. It's going to need to be structured, quality practice, and having a shorter structured practice is going to be better than a long, drawn out practice session, not really focusing on anything. So the practice sessions will be focused on things that are identified from coaching sessions or from previous competition rounds where I've felt really lacked. Working on the short game is going to be a crucial part of my practice sessions. It's also where I've drawn inspiration for the channel name from, because I'll be sharing everything I'm doing and working on as I chip away at my goal. Practicing alone isn't going to get me there though. I'm also going to need to do some fitness training. I'm currently stretching every day to improve mobility. I'm 43 years old and I'm just not as flexible as I used to be. So working on getting flexibility back into my golf swing is a huge part. But I'm also going to need to do some strength training and also some endurance training so I can stay fresh throughout the round. However, for me, the most important training is going to be the mental side of things. I can lose a lot of shots per round just due to poor concentration. I've got a really solid pre-shot routine. However, I'm going to have to do some work over and above this to combat the mental side of things and improve this side of my game. Third, on-course game plan. I'm going to borrow a method used by Tiger Woods. If you're not familiar with it, it's a really simple one. It's no double bogeys, no bogeys on par 5s, and no 3 putts. Now this is easier said than done, but it's a great goal to improve your scores. I'm going to evaluate each round based on this method, and I'm going to use this on the course as course management, as a overarching game plan. Okay, I'm performing against the Tiger Woods inspired game plan. I'm going to be using the My Stats program, which is supplied by my golf club. It's as easy as going in here after your round and entering in the data from each round of golf. This is my data from the beginning of the year. It's telling me I've got an average of 33 stable points. It breaks down my best holes and worst holes, so holes that I would need to work on, and there may be some reasons why I'm not scoring well there. It breaks down each part of the game into average putts, total sand shots, percentage of greens in regulation,
penalty shots, and then driving accuracy. It also gives me the graph here of how I'm scoring since the start of the year. It also breaks it down per hole. It gives me a percentage for each score. So if you look, it tracks birdies, percentage of pars, percentage of bogeys, percentage of these ones which we just don't want to see. These are game killers, and we definitely don't want any of these. So for those not familiar with the Stableford format, we play a lot of Stableford here in Australia, and when you've scored above your allocated shots per hole, you pick up and you get no score. So we definitely don't want any of these, but it's good to be able to track where these happen and then work out why. It also breaks it down into pie graphs just to make it a little bit clearer. It's a really good visual representation. To track each round, it's easy. Go into recent rounds. It gives you a breakdown of your score, which is entered by an app, which we use to score during the round. And you go in and edit round and enter in all the data, which will then spit out what we saw on the previous page.
If you've gotten this far into the video, thanks for sticking around. I really appreciate it. If you can help me along by hitting the subscribe button, liking the video, and if you don't want to miss out on the next one, hit that notification bell as well. I'd love to hear from you if you're on your own journey, whether it's from 30 to 18 or a similar journey to scratch. Let me know in the comments below what you're doing to get to your goal. I'd love to hear from you. In the meantime, I'll be chipping away.